Hello and welcome. How are you? My name is Eva and I make automatic writings for the zodiac signs. So, normally, Virgo, I already know that you are Virgo. I already recorded everything and I went on to the next, actually, even, and then I realized that my mic is off. So, I do it all again because we do it all again here. So this is why I know you are Virgo already. I normally don't know. I don't want to know who I make the writing for because I don't want to be influenced by my notion that I might think I know about you, what I learned in my life about Virgos. I don't have many Virgos in my life, but my sister is Libra, and she has lots of Virgo, I think. So the way I do it is that I let a picture into my mind. It was a picture of a magic hat, and then I start to write, and I will read that to you now, Virgo. When I did the first recording, many things. I had many from different angles. There were downloads, or yes, while I was doing the writing. So I interrupted myself maybe too much. Maybe it's a good thing that I have to record it again. Maybe yes. So I will just read you now without interrupting and then add what maybe is pressing. So abracadabra, let's look that up because I remembered I'm interrupting myself. Maybe you have many downloads. Maybe you have to get order into all the downloads you have, Virgo. Um, because when I started, I remembered the saying that it's actually Aramaic. It comes from the Aramaic abracadabra, and it says something like avadavra, kadavra, and Harry Potter comes to mind. There it is even quite dark, I guess. Yes. So I switch around. I will concentrate now. And then I looked it up, but I asked ChatGPT, and this is very wanted because the actual message is about you choosing in which dimension you want to place your awareness, because it is all about being very much in the 3D with all the old rules, or switching into the very much more open realm where there's there's truth that exists that are denied in the 3D. Let's look that up. So vanishing, and yet, so it said, ChatGPT said, it's there's no scientific proof for the abracadabra, which I, sorry, yes, I thought it about this sentence which says avada kedavra, which means I create as I speak. And ChatGPT said there is no evidence for that. Rather, it is Latin. It comes from the Latin, and it's a formula against still magic, against disease, and it wants to vanish the disease by shortening the word letter by letter until it disappears. That's the ChatGPT. So vanishing, and yet through vanishing, a result, a new form is meant to appear. Of course, the disease is vanishing, the health shall appear. So I wrote that down, and then it says at the end, Avrah, can something new appear? The other meaning that is existing in the collective is I create as I speak. And then I had the realization, without even finishing the sentence, oh, okay, for Virgo, it is about you choosing the collective that is not boring for you, but that says, I create while I speak. So still, this is magic, but it is more, it's not as magic as I create while I speak. So which one do you choose? Which dimension do you choose? Consciously, this would mean the you that you were aware of that only believes in ChatGPT, in air quotes, in this ChatGPT often feels to me like don't even go into magic thinking. There is a feeling about 3D science, a what is possible collective, only what is possible. You probably spent many years trying to adapt, to press yourself into rules you were never able to fit in. And this is very hurtful. And if you are of an older generation, I am 53, and I spent my life doing that. I was very sure that the life just feels like you have to do these things. And then I started not to be able to do those things everybody does. And then I felt like I was broken. And actually, but it is not being broken, it is being real and normal. And normal is not having to obey and fit into rules that others forgot who made them up in the first place. And there is a feeling of your true vibration. Let's move into the forgetfulness of the darkness of this magic sweetness. Vanish, let it happen. Also, that we are afraid of what might happen, but actually, it is magic sweetness, this darkness, and we learned to be afraid of the dark and the blackness and stuff. It's also vanish, let it happen. I see an opposite realm. So if you go in there, you will come out in the opposite realm, or allowing. It is practicing of allowance of your true vibration. And actually, with that came actually the true meaning of patience. And true meaning of patience is a knowing in yourself that if you just be aware of it, lovingly aware of it, because you already know that it exists. If you look at a child and you know that it is growing, you just know it. You don't have to mention it all the time. You just know, it's an inner knowing, and you love it, and you be present with it, and you without a doubt know that it will appear. That's patience. It is much more natural. So allow your true vibration. It is much more natural than trying to do magic out of the head. So do magic maybe with law of attraction and stuff by feeling the vanishing of your 3D reality. At the same time, you fluctuate. So feeling the reality, the vanishing, you fluctuate into the realm of the magic of 5D, or Then I switched to Matthias de Stefano came to mind. If you know him, I don't want to go there if you don't know him, but he is somebody that he's a teacher, he's a rememberer, and I heard him say that there's a collective that wants to escape into 5D, but you have to first accept the 3D actually. But funny enough, for me, he is a perfect example of a human energetic field living in a 5D state. So, what wanted to come up is that maybe, like, he is the fish in the water. He tells us you have to accept, who you are, 3D and stuff. But actually, he is not 3D at all, not really. He's in a 5D dimension, what he experiences. So, but he probably is so used to it that he feels like it's because it's reality for him. So he's talking about it like 3D, and so that's the next thing that uh, you want to be remembered of, Virgo, is maybe you are like a fish in the water. Maybe you already are actually lots of times in 5D. Ask to realize in which moments you probably already vibrate in a higher frequency, aka are being much less dense than your brain is making you believe. So, but your brain still makes up a familiar picture for you in service to you because it doesn't want you to lose balance or freak out, you know? But you have to allow your brain to show you your actual state. Like, for example, 3 times a day this week. Only short moments. There's this reduce. So reduce and expand with this formula from the abracadabra. Reduce. Let your brain reduce the picture it gives to you to balance you out. So and expand, let it expand your ability to actually see and hear and feel and sense that you already vibrate where you already are vibrating in, to 5, 4, 5, 6 or longer, more and more times. Allow your brain to show you um, the state you are already in. This is your abracadabra. I hope this made sense to you, Virgo. I like this message very much, and I will myself um, try that to tell my brain, please, I allow you to today 3 times a day show me my the frequency I am already in. You don't have to keep me that safe. So I will shuffle for some additional is there something that this Virgo wants to no, not one card. So we leave that. No flower for Virgo. Maybe a feather. The owl. How fitting. The owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Maybe you ask yourself, yes, it's your inner vision. Is it your intuition? Your intuition shows you probably something else than then what you learned is true. And the last card for Virgo. The heart chakra, maybe. The bringer of joy, peridot. That's liquid crystal, peridot. What else for this Virgo? I will read you just your healing journey today. This says, embrace me. I have waited for you patiently in the halls of Thoth, where you return is written in stone, cast in time eternal. I have the third time the same wasp, I guess, in my room, and I always open up the window and let it out, and I guess it just makes a turn and flies into my flat again, comes into this room, and then is on this window and desperately wants to go out. Is this a message for you as well? Do you do the same things? Trying to escape a reality by doing the same thing is like madness, I heard somewhere. We all do it. The answer to the question that is at play, but I will let you out. Again, the answer to the question that is at play in your life right now is a resounding yes. Your intuition. Does your intuition say yes? The answer to the question that is at play in your life right now is a resounding yes. Wow, what a confirmation. Few minerals on earth are as positive a sign as peridot. She has entered your life to shine her empowering optimism and love upon whatever shadows have crept into your heart and eras of self-belief. Wow. You create as you speak. The arrival of peridot in life usually signals a healing and rebirth of thoughts. A part of self is to be replaced by greater, more purposeful avenue where personal power is allowed to shine through the heart rather than stand alone. This is a great time for you to forgive, forget, and let go of the past. Yes, this is crucial. We cannot go over. Oh, that's the wasp. And I tell you this because I know it so well, just to remind you, we cannot go over past stuff again and again and again and again and hope that we will shift out of it. We keep ourselves imprisoned by going over. I know we have to maybe for a time and then we understand and stuff, but at some point we just have to do, the Neville Goddard's mental diet. Don't. It's so difficult. I know. I think it's difficult, but I am convinced that it's not possible otherwise. We have to stop it. We have to think what we want to create. We have to speak of what we want to create. The part of self is to be replaced by greater, more purposeful avenue, replaced, where personal power is allowed to shine through the heart rather than stand alone. Allowed, huh? Just allow it in. This is a greater time for you to forgive, a great time for you to forgive, forget, and let go of the past. Try to not look over your shoulder for those cycles of life have closed. That's also very relieving, isn't it, to hear that they have closed. Um, in periods embraced to give rise to a brighter way of life containing all that you would term as joyful, a life you truly deserve. All you need to do now is accept it. Write a list of all, oh yeah, write a list, Virgo, of all the things that make you happy and spend some time knowing you deserve them. Only when we feel something can only when we feel something can it enter our life. Thinking we deserve something means nothing to the feeling heart that creates your happiness. Okay. Only not thinking but feeling. I embrace personal power and love as one. I burn the green fire of joy in my heart. This is your beautiful message, Virgo. And if you enjoyed that message, if it helped you in any way, then please let me know by liking and subscribing, and maybe share it with somebody. Thank you. Bye bye. Bless you.